So, I've been playing Genshin Impact for about 2 years now. Because of that, I've seen some stuff that could actually ruin a person's account. Now, once these things happen to ruin someone's account, they end up putting themselves in a very long grind. So, I am here today to tell you 5 things that could ruin your account. Let's get started. For number one, it's investing into multiple characters at once. Don't do this. You need to focus at least 1 or 2 at a time. Because if you're trying to level up multiple characters, you are going to run out of resources so quick, and that's not okay. And once that happens, you'll put yourself in a longer grind because you need to get more resources. These characters share resources, so it's not a good idea to focus on multiple characters. You focus on 2, at most 2 at a time, because once they are maxed out to however much you can max them out, they will carry you. And once you got those 2 leveled up, you can focus on 2 more. It's not a good idea to just level up as many characters or every character you get. It's just bad. Now for number 2, it's another thing that will make you dry of resources. It's leveling up most of your characters to 90. As you can see here, I have Eula level 90, I have Zhongli level 90, and I have Raiden Shogun level 90. That's it. Those are the only characters I have level 90. You don't have to level every character to 90 because 1, it's not too important. Yeah, some characters do get good bonuses, but it's not too important. The other reason is because it takes so much resources to level 90. So much. It takes like almost 200 XP books to level from 80 to 90 and a lot of Mora. It's not okay. What you could do is at least ascend them past 80. You don't need to level them up past that, just ascend them. That's all you need to do. Because you only level like a few characters to 90, you are still able to level up more characters. So because I have only 3 characters level 90, I'm able to level up more characters. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 other characters that I level up to 80 because I'm able to. That number would most likely be split in half if I leveled up most of my characters to 90. It's just the way things work. It'll make you dry of resources. For number 3, the number 3 thing that would ruin your account, it's foddering your artifacts into similar ones. What do I mean by this? Let's use this as an example. This piece is absolutely terrible. Let's say I got an artifact that is very similar to this piece, as crit damage, energy recharge, whatever, and I decided to use this artifact that I have on now as XP into the new one. Why is that bad? Because the chances of it being better could be very slim. And then if you do that and they're not better, they're actually worse, you just ruined your character. And trust me, I know from experience. I ruined my Eula because I did that. Now, the only time I would think foddering your artifacts would be okay is if the artifacts you get are plain better. Like say this artifact that I have on right now, it only had flat stats. And the new one had crit damage, energy recharge, crit rate, whatever. It would be better no matter what. So it would be safe to fodder into that one. But in cases where they're very similar artifacts, it's not worth the risk. Level it up separately and you'll be okay. Don't fodder your artifacts. Trust me. Grinding artifacts absolutely suck, okay? So it could be a very long time until you get a good artifact again. And that is my case with Eula. Number 4. Now, take a look at my inventory here. Do you see anything that's missing? You probably noticed a bunch of things, but the one thing that I'm talking about is fragile resin. If you're a new player, you're gonna get a lot of these. What could ruin your account with this? It's using them all up very early. Like say you just didn't know what they are and you just decided to use them all up and start doing ley lines or whatever. Yeah, that's fine, but only if you use like a couple at a time, because maybe you need the extra XP. But I would say that should be your last resort. Try and do world quests before you even think about using fragile resin. It's not a good idea, because if you use them all up too, you overcap your daily resin limit, so then it will never recharge. So you have to use that up some way. And it's not a good idea because early on, you don't need to use that resin on a lot of things except for bosses, really. So instead, people usually tell you to save them up until AR45 so then you can use them on artifact domains. Do not do that. Do not use fragile resin on artifact domains. Okay, maybe you can use 1 or 2, that's fine. But I think it's kind of a waste. You could use all of this fragile resin on artifact domains and not get that many good pieces. Artifact RNG is the most dog poop thing ever. I don't think it's worth using all that up and getting the absolute dog water artifacts you've ever seen. So I suggest, saving them up and using most of them on more guaranteed stuff instead, like weapon materials, talent materials, boss farming. Using them on artifacts should be the last thing you do. Using 1 or 2 on artifact domains should be fine, but any more, you might have a problem. Because then before you know it, you'll be like me, and you won't have fragile resin anymore. And I know from experience because I used them on artifacts. Now the last thing that could ruin your account, it's not that drastic, but it's not using your daily resin. Now it doesn't sound that bad, but if you're maxed out, if your daily resin's capped, you should at least use it because that's just wasted resin. Now if you're a person that doesn't feel like playing Genshin, that could be the case why you're letting it be capped. What you could do instead is turn it into condensed resin. Now if you don't know what that is, I'll show you real quick. Go to Liwa and talk to the reputation chick. Go to your rewards. Make sure you get up to level 3 and then you'll unlock the blueprint to craft condensed resin. Now, if anybody's watching this, I know I don't have it maxed out. I don't have my reputation maxed out. It's okay. Please don't bash me. Once you're able to make condensed resin, you can turn your daily resin into condensed, which will save it for the next day, which is nice. It's useful for cases like you don't want to play. You want to make use of your resin as much as you can. It'll help out in the long run, Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any idea of other things that could ruin someone's account, please comment below and let other people know. Again, thank you for watching. Take care. And of course,
how about you subscribe to Kilo and come back for the next video. 飛び込め海の